Team Fortress 2 Classic. If you have played it, you might know about the characters, maps and weapons it has. And today, I want to discuss about every weapon and rate them in a tier list. Of course, there's not a lot of weapons compared to the original TF2, but there is still a lot of stuff to talk about. I'm not gonna include the stock weapons because who cares about the shot? As you know, every mercenary has a primary, secondary and melee weapon. For scout there's only nail gun and brick. Nail gun has 25 ammo in the magazine. It deals decent amount of damage from 6 to 18 in the close range. It has a high automatic speed attack and good against engineer sentry. But compared to a scatter gun it's weird. I really like to hit the mid shots with 100 plus damage and not to be an annoying mosquito. Which scout already is. So I'm gonna put it respectfully on the C tier. Okay, brick is brick. You can basically throw brick at people and knock them really far away. Previously in the Flight and Fight update, the brick was pretty weak and dealt pretty damage per hit, which is worse than slap from heavy. And if you're gonna take a brick with a scatter gun, you will be even more miserable against sentries. But now it was buffed to 65 damage with a bit faster cooldown. And I'm gonna put it in the C tier. It's a fun weapon. So the soldier has RPG and gunboats. RPG has only one rocket in the magazine, but in return the rocket flies in curved line and it's deadly. Soldier can one-shot light classes in close range and can get enemies where he wouldn't be able to reach with a normal rocket launcher. But one rocket in the magazine sometimes can be really frustrating, so it's better to have a shotgun in your pocket. And by higher damage and force, you can fly much higher and die much faster. So I'll put it in the B tier. The gunboats take your shotgun away, but you receive less damage from explosive jumps. And with gunboats you can fly way more with rocket launcher, and if you are confident with RPG, you can use it too. And I'm gonna put it in the B tier as well. So Pyro has one melee weapon and two secondary weapons. The twin barrel is basically a detonator, but better. It has one ammo loaded and you can knock back enemies and yourself. So Pyro can be more mobile and faster without taking any damage. And the downside is horizontal spread when you shoot. The worst thing compared to a stock shotgun is that it has less bullets in the magazine, and that can be a problem to deal with. But it's a really good and versatile weapon, and I'll put it in the B tier. The flare gun is same like in the original game. It deals 100% critical hit against burning players. In tier 2 the flare gun is okay compared to other weapons. But here, there's not a lot of options, so I'll put it in C tier. The last weapon for Pyro is Harvester. Okay, when you burn somebody with Harvester, you will have your own pocket medic, which in certain game modes such as Arena or CTF can be really useful. But when the bar is full, you no longer have healing.
Until you decapitate the enemy.
But remember, when your chest is ready, everyone can see that you have a crit charge. So enemies will try to fight you from far away. And the biggest problem when you die is enemies extinguish themselves. I'll put it in the S tier. There are almost no reason to use a stock axe. Demoman has one primary weapon and two secondary weapons. The gunboats are the same like for Soldier, but for Demoman, I think it's not a good idea to rely only on the secondary weapon. I'll put it in the C tier. The next one is Dynamite Bag. You can throw it and everything that was in this radius is dead. It has two phases of explosion, it also gives more ammo on your primary weapon. But the problem is that Sticky Bomb Launcher can do the same job without 10 seconds of cooldown, and engineers can break the dynamite with wrench. At least Demo with this weapon can do the down kill. I'll put it in the C tier. The next one is Mine Layer. This weapon is basically made for traps, but it also good on offense as well and can control important points on the map. It has less ammo in the magazine and mines don't explode while detonating. The B tier is great for this weapon. For heavy, we have the anti-aircraft cannon, sandwich and Chekhov's punch. The anti-aircraft cannon fires explosive shells, mini-crits flying enemies on direct hit, but in turn, it has a limited range and splash explosion is lower than any other weapon. and this weapon is pretty annoying. For example, against the heavy with a stock minigun, you can run away because it deals less damage in the long range. But this doesn't feel the same. It got nerfed later in the Flight and Fight update, so that's fine. Like a minigun, this weapon is a killing machine, so I'll put it in the A tier. Sandwich is almost the same like in TF2, but instead of 300 HP, you receive 120, but the sandwich is unlimited, so you can eat it forever. Look at this. A tier is a place for him. The Chekhov's punch is bad. When you store up 3 critical hits, you become dangerous. As long as you don't die or miss everything. And for me, goofing around as heavy during the chaos is boring, because heavy is very slow. No wonder his low death pattern is 200 sandwiches per minute. And trying to kill somebody with fists is meh. Just use an actual gun. So I'll put it in a D tier. Sorry. For engineer we have a coil gun and jump pad. Coil gun has 8 ammo in the magazine, has low projectile with decent damage. And if you press right click you will charge up for more damage. The fully charged shots can ricochet off walls and explode in your hand when overcharged. If you're good at this, it can be a really good option to fight with. So I'll put it in a B tier. This PDA simply replaces a teleport with a jump pad. One jump pad requires 70 metal to build and has 90 health. It can push you very high and pretty far away. Not only engineer doesn't need to construct walls buildings, he can do it much quicker. And it's a really good choice for sending people into space. I'll put it in an A tier. For medic, we have only 1 secondary and 2 melee weapons. The crit rate is completely same like in TF2, but it has a different model, straight to A tier. The Uber Spritz is almost the same like an Uber Soul. On hit it gives you 25% of Uber charge, but it takes 10 HP from medic, which is pretty fair, because normal Uber Soul in TF2 does overshadowing every medic's melee weapon. So I'll put it in a B tier. The another melee weapon for medic is shock therapy. When medic hits a teammate, it fully restores his health, and the downside is that medic heals less efficiently. And the enemy should be also careful, because full charge deals 100 damage and 135 damage when enemy is red. But when you heal somebody, you need to wait 30 seconds until the charge will be full, so your melee will not be useless after the first hit. Honestly, that's my favorite weapon in the game. I'll put it in the A tier. Sorry Brick. For sniper there's Hunter Revolver, Huntsman and Fishwalker. Huntsman for sniper is same like in TF2. It's a bow, it shoots, and it probably has a broken hitbox, which is a solid choice. C tier. The Hunter Revolver has no scope, reduced zoom, but it gives sniper 25 HP, and instead of 1 bullet it has 6 in the magazine, so you can hit multiple shots. This weapon makes sniper more an aggressive class, and it makes missed shots less embarrassing compared to a sniper rifle. I'll put it in a B tier. The Fishwalker is a funky weapon. It deals knockback to nearby enemies, and when you hit, enemy will bleed for 2 seconds. The worst part that it deals 49 damage overall, and the knockback is funny, but useless. I'll put it in a C tier. The Spy has a tranquilizer gun and the
L'escampette.
Tranquilizer gun is a cool weapon. When you hit, enemies become colorblind, slow their movement and decrease range gun damage for 5 seconds. The tranquilized enemy takes guaranteed crits from melee attacks. In concept, this gun is supposed to confuse the enemy and help Spy to retreat from dangerous situation. But it doesn't always work like it's supposed to. Overall, it's pretty good weapon, especially when you want to torture your enemy. B tier.
L'escampette.
It works like an Indian's watch, it has fast and move speed while clocked, but you have less seamless charge overall. This weapon is used for a quick escape, but sometimes that doesn't work. It was bought in some patches, and I'm going to put it in C tier. And the last weapon for today is an umbrella for a civilian. It's the only weapon that civilian can use it. It gives mini crits to a teammate when you press the right click. It also deals 35 damage and hits as fast as Scout's bat. But overall that's straight update for a bat, and for that I'll put it in a B tier. And we're finished. That's our tier list for now. I'm surprised that every weapon is well balanced and unique. And I really appreciate that developers don't do weapons like Thompson. Hope you like it, write your opinion in the comments about the tier list, and thanks for watching.